Hello, we're back from our break.
Hey,
Joe.
Hey,
we're ready.
We're the DnD show. If you're listening to the podcast, this is part 2. We are the DnD show. If you're watching us live on Twitch, we're the DnD show. Thanks for holding on. We've still got 12 viewers. I think it did drop down, but some people have come back, which is fantastic.
Cool.
So it's cool. So very, very, very quick catch up of where we're at so far. Our intrepid heroes have managed to track down finally Cragmaw Castle, which was the only lead they had on where possibly their benefactor, Gungeon Rockseeker, was held captive. They've managed to sneak in through a hidden entrance around the back where they've kind of just been making a plan. They found a room which has got some hobgoblins in, and they found another room which they believe has got the king of the Cragmaw tribe in and another person whose voice they did not recognise. However, you theorised that it is either Glassstaff or possibly even, one may hope, the Black Spider himself. So you've talked about what to do with that. You decided that you don't want to just burst into that room because then you might get attacked in the rear by these hobgoblins. So you've set up a surprise kind of attack. You're going to try and trick the hobgoblins into running into an ambush so that you can quickly and efficiently take them out and then get in there to the other room without being bothered. So far, you haven't explored any of the rest of the castle. You've been really good. Pock cast pass without a trace, so you've been nailing those stealth rolls with a +10. And that's pretty much where we're at. So let's get going. So we decided that your NPC companion, Droop, the goblin, who owes you guys, or more specifically, he thinks he owes Scapes a life debt because he's the most scary looking. You've managed to convince him to basically burst into the room, shout for help because they're under attack, and then run away and hope that the hobgoblins bite and charge in, at which point you're going to spring an attack. We were discussing Scapes then running in through the back to block off their escape from the rear. I believe you're happy to go ahead with that plan.
We are.
Super.
Sounds
okay.
Good.
Right. So, Droop is visibly really nervous, and he's like, he gets to the door, and he's like, and he's like, he slaps himself in the face. He's like, okay, come on in, Droop. We can do this. Right. 1, 2. Oh no. Okay.
Kick him through it.
And it's like, right. Okay, come on, Droop. You can do it. Oh, okay. Maglabuye, give me strength. And he just pushes open the door, slams it open, and he's like, quick, we're under attack. Those adventurers, they're here. And then he runs like you've never seen him, and he just runs back and just pushes past Burr back into that initial room behind the curtain. Everybody roll initiative.
Excellent.
17 plus
A little round of applause there, Luke. That was wicked.
Thank you.
6.
So 14.
9 and 11 for the hobgoblin. Scapes on a 3, Burr on a 23, Millicent on an 8, Droop on a 19, and Sean on a 14. So you do get let's have a descending order. Basically, with a surprise round, it is round 1. It's not round 0. It's not a free round. It counts as round 1. So everybody will have a turn apart from those people that are surprised. Okay. Burr, you're up first, hidden behind that wall. So I assume you're going to ready an action for when a hobgoblin comes in front. Pock was talking about how he's going to try and cast a spell. So did you want to be like, I'm going to wait?
I would like... Yeah, I will ready that until they are both in the room.
Okay.
I want to ready entangle.
You can certainly do that. Let me just make some changes to your character token very quickly.
Have you got Chewbacca there with you?
Yeah, my dog's playing in the background. Yeah. Right, so Burr, you're going to ready. I'm going to assume that you're going to wait until these hobgoblins run into the room. Did you want to, as soon as you see one make an attack, or did you want to wait until Pock has done his entangle spell first?
I will. I think I'll take an attack straight away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what's the trigger for an attack? As soon as they run in, or after the entangle spell? Sorry, I was.
As soon as they're running.
As soon as they're running, cool.
Yeah.
Droop is basically use his turn to knock on the door and then run away. Pock, you're gonna
Just knock down Ginger.
You're gonna
cast knock down Ginger.
Yeah, basically, you're readying. I need to remove the. So Pock, you're gonna ready the entangle spell for when they burst into the room.
Yeah, I'd like both of them to be in the room before it goes.
Okay, that's fine. So Hobgoblin 1, let's roll some dice. Hobgoblin 2, they're both up together. Both rolled under 10. So I am going to allow this fantastic plan that you guys came up with. So
Yay.
yeah, so they're like, oh, quick. Goblin, goblin, goblin. And the first one runs into the room and you guys are all stealthed up. So he runs in and gets there. The second one then will run into the room. Spell goes off. So is it a saving throw?
Yes. So it's a 20-foot square, point of my choosing.
Okay.
Creature in the area must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained by the plants until the spell ends.
A strength saving throw. What's my target? What's my DC?
DC 13.
Not that great, but you're still only low level 3, so that will go up as you level up. So we've got 1 fail and 1 success.
Okay.
So we'll say the first one is the one that failed. He ran straight into it, so he is entangled, and the second one succeeded. Does it do anything else? Any damage inflicted?
No, that is it. On a success, it frees itself. For the duration, they turn the ground into difficult terrain.
Okay, so the whole ground is a difficult terrain. It's a 20-foot square, so presumably you wanted to put it so that
far away from all of us.
Yeah, so 5, 10, 15, 20.
Around the edges.
So that's fine.
That also ends pass without a trace because it's concentration.
Yeah.
For 1 minute.
All right, cool.
Can
That's
I
your go.
bonus action?
Well, just before you do that, because you wanted to do that, but also Burr wanted to attack as soon as he saw one, and I forgot. So Burr can make an attack as well on that first one that he saw.
So I'm going to shoot at him. Actually, no, I'm going to run up. I'm going to attack with my rapier.
Yeah, I'm happy for that.
So up, attack.
So you can have advantage on the roll because you were stealthed up.
Okay, so I'll roll 2. Yeah.
Take the higher result.
12. And
12 total or 12 plus?
No, 12 plus.
So
12 plus 5.
12 plus 5 is 17. So that is a miss, unfortunately. These guys are run out with a shield in hand and they are heavily armoured in chainmail.
Ooh, that's tough.
Shit.
But I do a second attack, yeah?
Then you can use your bonus action.
My sneak attack.
Technically, you can't because you readied an attack. So when you ready it, no, so you would normally, but when you ready an attack, you can only ready one action. You can't ready an action and a bonus action, unfortunately. Okay. So unfortunately, you miss. Yeah. Next up in the initiative then is Millicent, who is hidden behind a curtain. Well, we can say that you because the whole hiding behind a curtain thing is for flavour. So you just rip the curtain back and you're there.
So I can judge that. Can I tell that the entanglement spell, if it's like a permanent thing or if it's just slowed them down?
I think you would know because you talked about a little plan beforehand. So I'm sure Pock would have said, "Right, I'll do this," and it lasts for concentration, but they might break out of it.
I'm just gonna take a hit at the one in front of me if that's cool because I'm within range, aren't I?
Yeah.
I can just move the curtain back and have a swing.
Just absolutely.
Short sword, 12.
Total.
Yeah.
It's a miss, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Did you roll with advantage?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you're an unseen attacker. It was a stealth. It was a surprise roll again. 17 total.
Yes.
Unfortunately, that's the same as Burr. It's a miss.
Wow.
Right. So Scapes, what was your plan? Did you want to run up behind him, or did you want to just?
I'm feeling. See, if I get a movement, an action, and a bonus action.
You do, yeah.
So I'm just better off running up and hitting one of them.
Yeah, I mean the thing is that when you made the plan in the first half, Sean hadn't said about casting this spell, so assuming
we didn't realise that it would work.
Yeah,
so
Yeah, I was quite surprised, to be fair.
So I'm happy for you to reposition yourself, maybe.
All right. Well, can I move 10 foot so I can see what's going on?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I can't really. Okay, so if I move...
You can get past Burr.
All right. Can I move here then?
You can, yeah.
All right, then I'd
You
like
don't
to
need
use...
to necessarily move there. Those, if you did move there, you'd be blocking Pock. You could
right.
be in the square
Okay,
behind
so-
and still be adjacent enough to fight.
Cool.
Be happy with that.
Okay, then. And can I use my bonus action first?
Yeah, you can use them in any order.
Okay, well, I'd like to use my Channel Divinity to cast Vow of Enmity against this guy here.
Okay. And what does that do?
That does, as a bonus action, you can utter Vow of Enmity against the creature you see within 10 feet of you using Channel Divinity.
Okay.
You gain advantage on attack rolls against this creature for 1 minute.
Cool.
Right.
Let's
Lovely.
swing. Bada, bada, bada.
Okay, so now I'm going to try and hit him.
With your +1 longsword that you found. Oh,
25 or 24.
yeah. So it was as a 19 that you would have rolled there. So I mean, or an 18.
But I've only
+1,
got
+1,
eight
+6.
damage.
Yes, but still, that's a nice hit. Lovely. I'm loving it. You do 8 points of damage, and he doesn't like it at all. Still standing though. He kind of manages to just lift his shield up so that you don't just chop off his head, but he bashes his shield down, and you can see his arm looks incredibly weak from the force of it, and he's proper staggered by it.
Nice.
Another hit like that, and he'll be done for. Okay, and that's the surprise round dealt with, unfortunately. Burr, you're up.
Well, so I shall attack him again.
Yeah, go for it.
Jesus Christ. 4.
Just a 4.
Yeah,
Ooh.
but it ain't even going to hit him anyway. Even
No.
plus whatever it is, 5.
No, that's a miss, unfortunately. You can now make that bonus attack with your other sword.
So, sneak attack. 7. That ain't going to hit either.
No, you miss, unfortunately. It's just,
Jeez.
you know, like, I don't know, in the confusion, maybe you weren't quite expecting the entanglement spell. Scapes has run it in, hit him, where there was an opening before. Scapes managed to bust his shield and knock his shield down just at the same time as you were swinging, and you just can't get through. You've used your bonus action, so you've still got a movement, but if you move, you would incur an attack of opportunity, or you're just going to stay put.
No, I'm going to stay put.
Okay. Right, Pock, what are you doing, sir? You don't have the space to turn into a large creature anymore, but if you wanted to, you could turn into like a wolf or I think there's a smaller bear. Is it?
Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. I didn't want to interrupt your flow.
Oh, you should. Oh, I'm sorry.
You've still got other options. There's a normal wolf. I think there's a smaller bear. I can't remember if I think it's the black bear, which is only small.
Black bear, yeah. It's the multi-tack that I'm
Can you
interested
take a
in.
bonus action to push me out of the way?
No.
I'm just trying to figure out what my plus is to hit. Okay, let's go black bear then, which is a medium beast.
Okay, yes, I'll still only take up the one square.
And then I'll use my bear multi-attack on entangled man,
Okay.
and that concentration still holds as well.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
So you get
Right.
entanglement. Read the entanglement
Yes.
spell for me quickly.
Vines and blah blah blah. 20-foot square. For the duration, these plants turn the ground into difficult terrain. Creature in the area, when you cast a spell, must succeed a strength saving throw or be restrained by the plants until the spell ends. A creature restrained by the plants can use its action to make a strength check against your spell save DC. On its success, it frees itself.
So it gives them
When
the
the spell ends.
restrained condition. I think you get advantage.
It doesn't. Yeah, I
which
did have a
means that
check for that. It doesn't say
Burr
anything.
would have. So a restrained creature's speed becomes 0 and it can't benefit from any bonus to its speed. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. Also have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. So sorry, Burr. You should have had advantage on your 2 attacks. You want to roll again for them?
Okay.
Yeah, boy.
Just retcon that.
A 5.
So it was still a miss, and then the second attack.
17 plus 5.
So your second attack was a hit. So that's with the short sword. So it's a D6, but you don't get to add on the ability modifier to the damage. But you do get to do sneak attack damage.
That's my 2d6 then, yeah?
So basically it's 3d6 damage.
There's my d6, there it is. So 1 is a 6, a 2, and a 1. 9.
Okay, so that's fine. So 9 points of damage wouldn't have killed it.
Okay.
But then Scapes came in and
Finished it off.
No, because Scapes went before you. Yeah, so Scapes hit it. Yeah, so Scapes hit it, and then you did manage to kill it. Yeah, boom. So you did kill it. You did kill it. Sorry, I forgot. It's my bad.
It's all right. I gutted it. I completely opened it up, spilled its guts everywhere. I ate its heart.
Yeah, there we go. All right, so then Pock, you just turned into.
Whoa, I'm unsure now.
The Nat 30s have just joined. Hello, Nat 30s. I believe they're another streaming service or podcast. I think their description is they're all players who are over 30, I think. We follow each other on Twitter. They seem like a great group. They're on my list of people to listen to. So thank you very much for joining us. We really appreciate it. Pock, what are you up to?
Let's go. Let's not fuck around. I need to be within 5 foot? So will my entangle spell also cause any issues for me?
The whole area is now difficult terrain, which means that your movement speed is halved when you go through it. So 5 foot becomes 10 foot. So you're fine. You can still go through it. Yeah. Oh. So what creature did you turn into? Sorry.
A black bear, because it's medium of size.
Okay. Cool.
Or actually, have I got? I can't see just below, but have I got space to move then poof larger?
No.
For that extra +2 attack.
No, because basically no. So I see what you're saying. You're talking about this. Oh, you probably can't see that. This area down here. So you've got a wall. So you've only actually got this square, and this square, but it's all rubble. So you can't really stand in those areas.
Okay, look. Right, black bear, and then I'll go straight for him.
Okay, so you move forward and make your attack.
This isn't with advantage because he's not
entangled. No, roll it up.
That is an 18 plus 3 with my bite first, so 21 to hit.
That will hit with the bite. Roll for damage.
Oh yeah.
You didn't move your piece, so I'll just move him for you.
Oh, thank you. Sorry.
You're welcome. I'll just put this geezer to the map layer.
Can I be a pain and just mention one thing?
Do it.
If I'd have known that Entangled had an advantage, I wouldn't have used my Channel Divinity.
Yeah, the problem with that, of course, is that that's meta. It's a bit of a little metagaming knowledge. Like your character wouldn't have known. The concept of advantage on an attack is completely alien to your character, so you wouldn't have known it. Part of me was wondering at the same time, because you've got that hunter's mark, but I was like, where do we draw the line of?
Well, I didn't use my hunter's mark at least, so.
That was
cool.
That's a lesson for next time. Yeah. Sorry, mate.
Sorry, 6. No. Yeah, I'm still trying to get my head around what I do when I cast stuff. That was 6 for damage, piercing damage for the bite.
For the bite, you bite into. He brings his shield up, and you kind of like grab it and you throw it away, and then opening him up for a second attack.
Ooh, that's a miss. It's a 2 plus a 5.
A 5. Yeah. So unfortunately, you bite and rip his shield out of the way, and as he does so, you swing up with that paw, but he manages just to take a slight step, and you just miss him. But solid 6 damage on the bite is good. Right, it's his turn. He has no other option really but to attack you. Okay, he rolled well. What's your AC as the bear?
11.
Yeah.
It's less than as a character.
Yeah, that's all right. You've got the hit point boost. So he hits you with his long sword. So that's a D8 damage. Okay, cool. So 4 points of damage is all you take.
Lovely.
Yeah. Once per turn, the hobgoblin can deal an extra 2d6 damage to a creature it hits with a weapon attack if that creature is within 5 feet of an ally of the hobgoblin that isn't incapacitated. So because you killed that first one, he doesn't get that. So it's just the 4 points of damage, right?
Okay, thank you.
Little Winnie the Pooh. And yeah, he doesn't really know what else to do. I mean, technically, like, Droop told him a lie. It wasn't even a lie. Technically, it was the truth. Droop said crazy adventures here. So he ran out full for where so he knew what he was getting himself in for. Millicent, what are you up to with that broken tooth of yours?
Can't see. Oh, that's not Millicent. That's me. I have a broken tooth. I can't see how I'm gonna get to him. Really.
You've got line of sight, I would say. So it's just a case of.
What about the curtain and fire a crossbow bolt in his face?
Yeah, you can do, because you're not within 5 feet, so you wouldn't have disadvantage. However, you do have a bear between you and him, so it might be slightly
I'll jump.
harder to hit, in fairness. What about some kind of spells or cantrips, vicious mockery or something like that, without giving you too
Don't
much?
have it prepared.
Don't have it, but isn't... what was the other one that you were doing? Is that not the one that you was blasting out against the bugbears before?
Yeah, but I've also got cutting words, but that's not the same thing. That's a reaction.
I thought it was a
So-
cantrip that you were doing, so you don't need to prepare it. You've just always got it prepared. Cantrips?
Or I've always got all cantrips. I'm only supposed to have 2, aren't I?
Yeah, but you've got them for life. You don't mix out your cantrips. So
Right.
your cantrips are just known. That's what you know. When you level up, you can swap them, but you don't swap out your cantrips on the rest.
Oh, okay. I'll swap
Yeah.
that.
So you pick them. Yeah, but then your spells, I believe, you can swap out on a rest. Bards are a funny one. Let me just check the players.
So does that mean you do have it if you haven't swapped it out?
I mean, I'm not going to use it anyway because I think I've fucked that up anyway. So I don't even have it on me. So I'm going to literally.
I mean,
just
I
try
can
and
sit
fire.
down if you wish. Do you want me to sit down?
Yeah, down boy. I rolled a 7 plus not enough probably.
No, that'll be a miss, unfortunately. You just can't get the aim. You're still kind of behind that curtain, so it's a slight wall. You try and line it up, and it just pings off and just goes into the wall opposite.
It's a little bit too tight quarters for Millicent anyway.
Yeah, it is a
She's not
bit,
very much.
unfortunately.
That's cool. I will inspire escapes.
Thank you.
Okay,
What's that? +4 I can add.
so D.
D6.
D6. I was like, sorry, I do apologise. I have this habit of getting enthusiastic and trying to cut in, and it's quite rude. Really. I do apologise, but sometimes I'm like, I know that. Boom, like, yeah. I get in trouble for it at work as well. But sorry.
Is it my go now then?
Oh, it is indeed. Unless you've got anything else, you've done your bonus action. So, Scapes, you're up. The only problem, Scape, is you decided to come down the front instead of going through the back. So now you can't get in.
Well, can't I go like 10, 20, 30?
No. So this space here and this space here next to the wall, it's filled with rubble. You can't walk on that. It's basically wall that's crumbled. Yeah, you can walk on. It's difficult terrain. Yeah, you can. Does that change what you would have done, Millicent? If I say that, no, you can't, because the thing is, right, I can't really. I'm going to move Pock out of the way.
I don't think anything would have changed because I would have just tried to do damage. So
Yeah, I think that's supposed to just symbolise how the towers above have crumbled down, but there is a wall there, so that is still technically wall that you can't cross.
Right.
Yeah, the only thing, because you've got that curtain that runs across there. So what the hell is that curtain hanging on? If that's just rubble that you can walk on, what is that curtain hanging off of? I suppose it could just be hanging off the ceiling.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Let's have fate. Let's Millicent, with that knowledge. If you'd known that you could have walked on there, would that have changed what you would have done?
but yeah, my plan was to carry on swinging with the sword rather than dropping out the thing. But then I still rolled a d20 and still didn't hit. So I don't think.
So do we want to say?
I'm happy if you don't want to wreck on it because the roll would have been the same.
The roll would have been so. Do you want to say that you ran in and tried to hit with your sword?
Yeah, so I don't have to worry about picking up my crossbow floor or whatever. Yeah.
So if we say that knowing that information and knowing that you would have needed to have left space, that you would have run into maybe there and forgotten instead. So that's Okay, Scapes, go for it. I'll allow it. You can run in next to him and attack.
Who, me?
Yep, do it.
What? Where to? Here or here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Over there.
Yeah.
Uber.
Okay. All right, I'll
Well,
run
you can
here now.
move through Millicent if you wish.
So
anyway,
it's difficult terrain. So your move once you hit that box, basically your movement halves. So you've gone from here. Let me just keep you honest. You've gone from here to there.
No, I thought
10 foot. So then that's another 10 foot. It's 20 foot. So I think
Would Entangle have
there. I think
was
is
it-
where you would be at. Yeah, that's it there.
would Entangle now be gone anyway?
All right, I'm gonna.
No. How long does it last?
A minute.
Yeah, it's not been a minute, mate. Every round is
Oh,
6
is it?
seconds. So
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
a minute is 10 rounds.
Oh, a whole round is 6 seconds, not one person's go.
I'm
No,
gonna-
yeah, whole round. So everything all happens in the same 6 seconds. So it's not like in Final Fantasy when you're just standing there waiting for your turn. It's like you have to imagine the amalgamation.
For that.
Sorry,
Okey-doke.
Scapes, I didn't hear what you said, mate. What did you roll?
Sorry, mate.
That's all right. I rolled 15, but I want to add that D6 I got from Bardic Inspiration.
You can, yes, absolutely.
That's it. Oh,
A 1, so it's 6. So it is just a 16. Unfortunately, it's a miss. You step forward, you're walking on rubble, and on top of the rubble is this entanglement, vines, magic vines, and you're struggling to get through, and it just puts you off, and you swing and you snag your foot at the same time as you try to kind of anchor your weight onto it, and you just miss, unfortunately. Burr, see, it's been a long time waiting. I do apologise. Sorry, Scapes. Did you want to do anything else? Sorry, mate.
do I get advantage because there's people in it?
He is surrounded.
He is surrounded. You guys, I give you an inch and you take a mile, don't you?
Surrounded.
Go
He's
on.
proper surrounded.
We
Go
love
on.
you.
Go on.
Probably won't mean anything anyway.
No,
look.
you've rolled worse.
11.
All right. Okay, so you took the advantage, you've rolled worse. That's fine. So I do apologise. Keep me honest. Remind me next time. I can't
will.
pick and choose when I apply the rule. So it's good of you to do so.
Yeah, I'll be by the book now.
Right, Burr is the problem, mate.
Right, I'm up. I'm attacking.
So thank you for your patience. You've waited a long time.
It's all right.
I think what you're going to do, mate, I'm not sure you can make a melee attack. I mean, you might... Maybe if you were to run round to the other side of Pock, you might just be able to get in for a melee attack.
I can't attack from where I am, though.
I should have moved. So
I think
should
you've
have
got
just
that
took
corner
out.
of the wall. He's just behind the wall. I mean, you can attack from there, but I will give him a boost to his AC for having slight cover.
But if I move to the other side,
Then you won't.
I ain't.
Yeah, you've got plenty of movement to do it, so it doesn't really matter.
Where do I need to move to get to?
Literally just to the other side of Pock. And you go round him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I shall attack.
And he's surrounded, so roll with advantage.
10 or 14.
14.
That's a miss. And
So,
you're-
14 plus 5. 19.
Oh, sir. That'll do it. Roll for damage.
Damage 8. 1d8.
You would apply your sneak attack damage to this one as well.
8.
8 points of damage. Okay.
Three.
Lovely.
Plus 3.
11 points of damage. And then if you were to roll your 2d6, you basically just obliterate him.
I have cut the top of his head off and now I'm eating his brain.
Wow.
Nice.
Dessert.
Hungry Burr.
Cool. Combat
I
over.
love the way none of us have questioned that he's
That's
eaten
eating
everything.
I like
He's
I
just
can't
a
help
dwarf.
it.
They're funny like that.
Three dwarf, isn't he?
Boy's got a rate. Burr's got a rate.
Yeah, I'm not going to question him. You going to question him?
No, I
At
mean,
that
at the
point-
minute I'm
Brain.
animal.
So at that point, Droop bursts through this door at the back, going, ah! And he's like, ah!
Well
Well,
done.
I hear, but good job, everybody.
Yeah. Thanks.
Cool. Right. Initiative over. Boom. Right, what are you doing now then, guys? So you've killed these two hobgoblins. Your plan went off pretty much perfectly. I'm assuming that Pock will probably
think
stop
it's-
concentrate on this spell.
Entangle can go.
Yep.
I'm
How
still
much
a lot-
noise did we make in that encounter?
Well, that's a very good question. It's not a lot. You dealt with it in, 2 rounds? It's 12, maybe 18 seconds if it was 3 rounds. Maybe some people heard it, but I mean, there was no opportunity. They only had one go. No opportunity to shout, and you guys knew it was a stealthy thing. I imagine that you probably deliberately held your voices instead of, channeling your key and shouting with every strike. I imagine you probably tried to do it as quickly and quietly as possible. Efficient
So we
killing
feel-
machines.
We feel pretty safe at the minute, you'd say.
I'm not saying anything.
Yeah. I think our only other, I mean, I'm a bear at the minute, but going on previous knowledge, there's a room that we know there are people we are looking for, so it makes sense to
I thought that was the plan, to go for that round.
tally ho while we're and adrenaline's running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tally ho.
As you enter
Yeah.
this room, then you see what you guys see on the map, but just for the benefit of our audio listeners on the podcast, which will be released in a couple of weeks because the podcast is a couple of weeks behind the live stream. Room number 12, where the hobgoblins came out of, contains, there's like a little small fire in there. There's a couple of beds in there. There's an arrow slit that you can look outside into the kind of area out there. A stone brazier full of coals glows in the middle of this small barracks. 4 straw pallets are lined up along the east wall, and the wall to the south has collapsed. But a barred wooden door in that direction is still clear. And a curtain hangs in the archway to the north, but you know that. So the curtain is, we've discussed it to great lengths already today.
It's a very nice curtain.
It's a lovely curtain.
Really
But
good
there is a
curtain.
door with a bar across it to the south. What are
Barred
they?
from the inside.
Was barred from this side of the room.
So something in there that they don't want to let out.
Maybe.
Prison room.
I see no reason to go in there, to be fair.
No, we're only here
wanna
for
go
glass stuff. And his mate, haven't we?
We've heard voices that we not recognise, but we can assume,
Yeah,
Go
go
on,
on.
go on, Millicent.
Yeah,
as you said,
agreed.
Millicent,
Agreed.
it's
Agreed.
barred from the other side.
Yeah, no, I don't. It's barred from the side we see. So whatever's in there, they didn't want to get out.
At least it's
Yeah.
part. It means one less entrance we got to worry about.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Nothing can get in. Even if it was Gundren in there being held prisoner, what UCC going to be? He's probably been beaten to shit. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's just get the.
it's not worth
overwhelmed.
giving it a knock and going, hello.
I don't think.
Leave a
I don't
little,
think so. 'Cause I-
Okay.
Unless we know, I don't think anyone that's
Yeah.
here could help us. So
No.
Let's pop a pin. I mean, does anyone go and have a listen? Very quick listen to the door.
What's the perception stuff like as a bear?
Smell. I
Can
have
you smell a
advantage
dwarf?
on perception that rely on smell.
I reckon you're the man for the job, or the bear
Yeah.
for the job.
All right, go on, I'll
If
go and have a
we're,
sniff.
we're after dwarfs, so give me a sniff and then give that door a sniff.
Okay. I get advantage. First one was a 7, so that can fuck off. And that one was a 6.
What was the
So
highest?
just a
So,
7. I get no
Oh,
pluses
right.
by the looks of it. Oh, I get a plus. Pock does,
Wisdom,
not the
isn't it?
bear.
Yeah, you can use
you
your
use player's wisdom, don't you? Or use your whatever.
yeah. So use your wisdom. So it doesn't say on there if you've got advantage. So use your wisdom stat. So as the bear, it would be D20 plus its wisdom, or if Pock has a better modifier, you can use
Yeah.
Pock's modifier instead.
That's a 10 then for Pock plus 3.
Okay. Right. So you have a kind of listen, and then you kind of have a snort at it, and smells like you're not sure. It's not something that you smelt before. Definitely not dwarf. Definitely not person, unless it's a real ruddy, filthy person. It smells kind of like some type of animal. It definitely makes the hair stand up on the back of your neck.
I think
yeah, we don't need to be going in there.
Leave that well alone.
yeah, it could also be our boy if he's not in the other room.
What boy? What?
Yeah, like again, kill the people in the room and then come back.
You know, the main man in this mission.
Well, the black spider has been
Yeah.
locked in a room in this keep. Is that what you're saying?
Providing this is the only door.
Why would it be barred from the inside? Okay. We're not going into there, right?
No.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think we are heading up to where the I think the
let's
black
do it.
spider
Let's get
and
it done.
Brilliant.
glass staff are, and we're going to go and have a little rumble with them.
Okay.
I forgot to ask. We did have a rest before we went into the forest, didn't we?
Yeah, before you entered the forest and before you came here, you were completely rested up, full health, full abilities and everything, yes.
Wunderbar. Okay, cool. Just needed to double check that. Yeah.
Well needed clarification.
Yeah.
Okay, before we go into this room, I'd like to bless all 3 of these.
Okay, what does that do?
That does basically it'll give them a D4 to add to an attack roll or saving throw for up to a minute. Oh,
Right.
so yeah, I want to do it.
So you probably want to do it just before you burst through the door then, yeah?
Yeah,
Lovely. Thank you.
Isn't that beautiful?
Feeling blessed.
just because they're probably going to be hard, aren't they?
Maybe.
I would imagine.
So I'll
We
press
got a
cast.
wizard and some
Yeah.
sort of badass.
Are we all still wearing our red brown cloaks?
I assume,
Yeah.
well, you're not. You're a fucking bear. Like,
No, I've still got it on.
I don't know. The bear's still going on. Yeah, it's like a
Just not
weird.
there with
Winnie
it.
the
like it
Pooh
looks more
type
like a
thing.
neckerchief now. Like you're like
Yeah.
the weirdest fucking littlest hobo anyone's ever seen.
Maybe tomorrow I wanna settle down. Sorry,
Yeah.
I was changing it every time.
Well, just
Okay,
Right, come on then.
so you're going to go up to this original door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, who's going through first?
Guys, we've got 19 viewers, and we have done for about 10 or 15 or 20 viewers.
What?
Hey.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hello,
Thank you very
everybody.
much.
If you haven't
Jeez.
said hi in the chat, please do.
Stick around, and you're about to see 5
TPK.
deaths.
In for our
Stick
death.
around, you're about to see a TPK.
Welcome to the last episode of.
Who's going first?
I think Scapes
Do you want to have another?
If we're going to burst,
Can we have a?
Kick the door in.
we
If
have
we're
one more
barging
listen?
in,
Do you want to have a sniff, Pock?
Yeah, that's not gone too well before, but I'll have a quick sniff just to make sure there's still presence in there. That was an 8, and that was a 16 plus 1, 17.
Well, you'd use
17, 18, 19,
20
20.
plus
Sorry,
Pox.
yeah.
Pox perception. Okay. Again, like you have you don't really hear much because this is all about your smell, but you can still smell.
Hmm.
Sorry, excuse me. You can still smell.
What can I smell?
Yeah, what can you smell? Well, I can smell
Hmm.
Jim Beam and Coke and spaghetti bolognese that I had for dinner. You can smell wolf. Absolutely.
Whoa.
There is. You can smell fire. You can smell wolf. You can, without a doubt, smell the dirty stench of a bugbear. You smell something that you have never smelt before. A really bizarre alien smell. And you can smell dwarf.
that's our dwarf.
Oh boy,
feels like there's going to be a hell of a lot of trouble behind
this
it.
is going. Yeah, this is going down by the looks of it.
Yeah,
how
that's
we
fucked
get
out. Anyone got any spells? Millicent is quickly checking her
As
spells.
you're all
There's some things I
hiding.
want to do, but I need line of sight. We need to be in there first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can everyone
Okay.
roll me a stealth as well, since you're hiding in the corridor outside deciding what to do?
Stealth.
Oh, natural 20.
Nice.
Ooh, I get a +3 in my stealth. So
That would be 24 total.
17 +3.
Nice.
13.
20.
What? I'm a 13, but what do I add for the bear? What does it come under stealth?
So it's a bit of a funny one because you'd use the physical attributes of the bear, which is dexterity. But if you're proficient with stealth, you can add +2 to it, I believe.
That's a 13 for me then.
Okay. We've got 2 13s as the lowest roll, so that's the figure for me to beat. So as you're sniffing at that door, and as I said before, when you smell these various things, you hear like a, huh? And then you hear a snuffling coming from the other side of the door, and a scratching, as you can tell that suddenly your nostrils get overpowered by the stench of wolf, and you hear it's got a fucking name. What the fuck is its name?
You've been made. You've been sniffed at by the wolf, basically.
It's a wolf of some sort.
Maybe I should stand in front of the door then.
Just get
Well,
And you who speaks goblin again?
me, annoyingly.
You do.
you can't fucking tell
So
us.
you hear, just you then, Pock, in bear form, unable to communicate any of this to any of the players. You hear kind of sounds like somebody that it's kind of hard to translate because it's a name, but it's I suppose it would be like snarl, like snarl, and then it's like, what's the matter, boy?
I'm just gonna fucking kick the door in. I'm going in.
Okay.
Kick the door in the wolf's face.
Okay, you kick open the door.
It's like Kung Fu Panda style, like.
Can I have a strength check? I've already brought down the barrier so you can see, but give me a strength check. I want to see
As a
whether
bear.
as the bear.
Fucking hell, 7.
Okay. Shit. I jumped the gun myself and I released the door. So you see, you kick the door, it hits the wolf, and you hear like a whimper, like a. I don't want to make the sound because I'll probably scare my dog. But you know that kind of like high pitched noise that dogs make as the door rams into this wolf on the other side, and it takes a jump back. The door swings open. Inside, you see this chamber has been set up as crude living space. Thick furs thrown on the floor serve as carpets, and old trophies hanging on the walls. A large bed to the north and a brazier of coals are burning brightly. A round table with several chairs stands to the south of the door. Near the table, on the floor, is an unconscious dwarf who looks badly beaten. Around the table, and they jump up as the door slams open, you see two things. One, you see something that you instantly recognise as a bugbear. You've seen him before, but this one looks a bit bigger and scarier than the others, and he's got like a cape, whatever the fuck you want to call it, like a cloak. That's the word.
Samesies.
And you see a drow, a female drow. That's a dark elf with
Interesting.
long white hair, quite beautiful.
Sorry.
I am trying to be serious and set a scene here.
I'm so sorry, but in my I can't apologise enough, but in my head I was like, Burr's got an erection.
Bert's going to start apologising to everyone. He's going to be like, all right.
I said that and he literally was interesting. That just made me laugh.
He'll walk in. How you doing?
Number one.
Cast
Sorry,
wink.
Luke.
It's okay.
Oh, dear.
I suppose we'll find out what happens next week.
Oh, man.
Luke.
Well, I mean, you're about to get to a combat.
No, you're right.
It could go on, it could last 5 minutes, but let's
gonna
be
be a
honest, combats
tasty one.
tend to last.
Well, that's longer than my erection would last. So,
It's just not worth the effort, then, really, is it?
Oh man.
Not gaff, just so we are all clear. Oh,
that's in character, by the way. Yes.
yeah.
I'm sure it is. Yeah. I think I've met enough of your ex-girlfriends to know that that's not quite true.
well.
Brilliant. So yeah, thank you very much for joining us, everybody. It's been my absolute pleasure to DM this for you. Episode 11 of the D&D show, playing Lost Mines of Phandelver, the official WotC adventure path. Can't say adventure path, that's a Paizo thing. That's just module, I think they call it campaign module. I hope you're all just enjoying it. Sorry, Troy Tempest says D&D Viagra, just don't roll a 1 lol. Fires of Athlon says, well, I'm assuming they're supposed to say good stuff, but it says good stuff. Cyclone Scent, anyway, it's been a good session, and there's something in, I don't know, they're talking to us themselves a little bit. So thank you very much for joining us, everybody. We're finishing on a high, 15 viewers. We're going to set up for what's hopefully going to be a good combat next time, or maybe it won't. Maybe you'll talk your way out of it. Maybe like Gavin's sex drive, it will just be a colossal fail and disappointment. we don't know. We'll see. Lekimon, great session. Good night. See you next week. I hope we do. Thank you very much. If you want to, if you like what you've listened to or watched or whatever today, then please do give us a follow on Twitter or on Facebook at Show D&D. If you listen to the podcast, please do. Or even if you're not, just drop us a review. Let's say hi. Come on Twitter, say hi. Drop us a review on iTunes or on Podcast Addict or whatever you use on YouTube. Let us know that we're being appreciated. But it's been great tonight. I really enjoyed it. So thank you very much, everybody. Sean, James, Gavin, Lisa. Hope you all had a good time.
Yeah.
Always.
Cool.
What a cliffhanger as well.
Yeah, I was hoping that we were going to drag out the rest of it for this long because I thought it's a nice little cliffhanger, isn't it? Really? Yeah. So all the regular guides, I've already mentioned a few of them. Lecky Macon, Lucaroo, everyone, you know who you are. Thank you very much for joining us week in, week out. You really do kind of inspire us to keep on going. Psych Consent, thrice something or another, whatever his name is, Flack 30. Thank you. For the new people who joined us tonight, again, thank you very much. Tell your friends, tell your family, phone your gran in the morning and tell her how awesome we are. Otherwise, I've been your... I don't know, mate. I'm drunk and I'm very tired. Who am I? I'm Luke. I'm Luke, and I'm tired,
Lukey,
and I
baby.
need to go to bed. So, Lukey_baby86 on Twitter. Let's go. Ladies first. Millicent, how's your tooth, Lisa?
It is non-existent.
Yeah,
It doesn't hurt.
I'm sure it'll
just
probably
disappeared.
doesn't hurt. It'll probably get you in the morning. So if anyone,
Yeah.
it's like in
Context, I broke a tooth 10 minutes into the stream and hid it very well.
Yeah,
There you
you've done brilliantly. So thank you very much for fighting
Pass
through.
without a trace on the tooth. Like,
This is it. Well, you need to hoff it up. Oh, the tooth fairy ain't going to come.
Nah.
Host. Thank
She
you.
don't take that.
Psy consent. The word I'm looking for is host. I think we're all hosts, co-hosts. I wouldn't be here. I'm not the boss. I'm not in charge. I'm not, the leader. We're all a team. So, yeah, I don't really like the word host.
You're more like Captain Planet.
Captain Planet.
Oh,
here's
that
a
was
hero. Was it bring pollution down? I used to love
Down
Captain
to
Planet.
zero. Yeah. He had a mullet, a green mullet. I mean,
This is it. Did you ever see the the piss take thing that Don Cheadle did dressed up as him? Like, I don't know, probably about 10 years ago. Now, if you haven't seen it,
I've probably found it somewhere.
it.
But...
Yeah, it's Don Cheadle, who, if you don't know who that is, he's the really fantastic black actor. Done thousands of
I
films.
haven't seen it as it goes.
I think like the most recent thing he's famous for is probably in the Marvel films. He plays War Machine, Iron Man's
War
mate.
Machine, yes.
Yeah, dressed up as Captain Planet. It's hilarious. It's really, really good. Check that out. Yeah. Anyway,
Well,
so Lisa, you're good. Sean, any final words?
send help. Yeah, that's it. Just
No.
send it. I don't know. I'm terrified about next week now.
You'll be all
I
right.
was nervous about this week.
Yeah. James, pleasure has been mine as
Yeah,
always.
thank you. Yes, been good. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. And last but by absolutely no means least, unlike of course his erection, we've got Gavin.
Good night.
Good luck. If you
Good
want to,
night.
if you're not watching the stream and you want to know where you can find any of us, it's Gavin can be found on Instagram at Gav Beer and Beard. James doesn't do social media, so contact me or the whatever the fuck this group's called. Sean can be found on Instagram at Sean F. Lee and Lisa at @the_energy. Thank you very, very much. I've been waffling for far too long. So peace out and be nice to each other and stop being racist. just stop it. There's no need for it.
Be
Fucking
excellent to
20
each other.
this is it. Be excellent to each other. Oh, mate, have you seen the trailer for the new film?
I was a little bit underwhelmed, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was.
But I'm hoping for good things, but
I think
we'll see.
there's going to be a lot of suspension of disbelief involved in watching that film when it comes out. And fuck me, I'm going to watch it. But like,
Of course.
the first two films, they're stoner teenagers, and so they're going to be a little bit dim and stuff and spaced out. Whoa, dude, yeah. But it's going to be a little bit harder to believe that when they're 50 that they're still the same character.
I'm not sure. I know people still like that in their 50s.
Maybe.
Still stoners.
Yeah.
What film are we talking about?
Bill and Ted.
Based music.
Oh,
Bill and Ted
Yeah.
3. I'm
Yeah.
excited. It's going to be good.
It's still going to be better than the Crystal Skull, so that's...
Shit,
you know.
Crystal fucking Skull. One last shout out. My God, I know I've been trying to say goodnight for ages, but tell you what, right, guys, if you do follow us on Twitter, you may have noticed that I've been fucking spamming Twitter for the past couple of weeks about this podcast group called Roleplay Retcon. Please, 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 if it's the last thing you do, check out the podcast Roleplay Retcon. They're fucking fantastic. And they use a different system. So basically, they do a series of like 8-10 episodes, and every series what they're doing is they are retconning shit films basically, and they use a different rule system every time. So their season 1 was Batman and Robin. I can't remember what they used. Season 2 they did the Crystal Skull, and it was fucking hilarious. I loved every fucking second of it. Series 3 they did Twilight. They did something in between which I forget, some obscure Dan Aykroyd film that I'd never heard of, which it was all right, but
Conehead.
No, it wasn't. It was I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, the most recent, they're currently doing Super Mario Brothers, and it's my absolute favorite podcast at the moment. I absolutely fucking love them. I've been stalking them like a fucking pervert all over Twitter. Please check them out.
Maybe they will. Maybe they'll do Bill and Ted Face Music.
Maybe they will. I suggest it. Yeah.
If it's shit.
So yeah, role play retcon on check them out. They're really, really, really good. That's my last thing. Unless anyone else wants to spur me on to something else.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us.
Bye.
The D&D show would like to thank Sword Coast Soundscapes on YouTube for the music and sound effects used in this recording. Find him on Twitter at Sword Coast Sounds. Also, a massive thank you to Lewis Gale for producing our amazing theme tune. Follow him on Twitter at LewisSWGale. Lastly, from all of us here at the D&D show, thank you for downloading this podcast. You're breathtaking. See you soon.